This is Hot Mike. Hot Mike. On the networks of WDAY. Here's Dom Izzo.
Welcome back, everybody. Hour 2 of Hot Mike, ready to rock and roll on this Thursday morning. Dallas McCullough, Valley City State AD, will join us coming up in about a half hour on the big donation from Gary Therrelson coming that's going to revolutionize VCSU athletics. They'll do that in about a half hour's worth of time. Our next guest, anytime he's on the show, he's making history. Last October, he was the first Cobber in forever to win the MIAC Golf Championship, and now he's the first Cobber, period, to make the NCAA golf tournament. Fargo Davies grad Gabe Benson joined us this morning after finding out earlier this week that he is going to Las Vegas next week to play in the NCAA Division III Golf Championship, representing Concordia for the first time. It's great to see you again, bud. Congratulations. When I say that, what goes through your mind? First time that a Cobber is going to be representing at the NCAA meet.
I just think it's pretty cool. I've met a lot of former Cobber golfers, and a lot of them are pretty good. Like Mason Opine, he also went to Davies. He was really good. And just to be the first one in that group is pretty awesome.
All right, so we were visiting off air about this. Give us the how this works. Like you had a great year, but it's up to a committee then to pick and how you found out. Give us the backstory of this past weekend.
Yeah, so I think there are 8 regions in Division III, and the winner of every conference gets a bid for the team, and then each team or each region gets one team bid, and then after all those people are out, then they can pick 6 individuals. And I was ranked 2nd in our region, so I had a pretty good idea that I would be in, but it was still kind of up in the air. And so each region has a committee that they pick, and I happened to get picked, which is pretty awesome.
So literally, you were telling me you were checking your name on a website, and that's kind of refreshing. That's how you found out?
Yeah, so the NCAA had the website, and they said it was going to come out May 6th. I was just kind of like refreshing the page. I did get a call from our AD like a minute after I refreshed the page, and he said I made it and congratulated me, which was cool. But then after that call, I looked again, and then you had to scroll down forever to find the individuals, and saw my name, which was awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was the emotion like when you saw your name pop up?
It was pretty cool. I was driving back from Sioux Falls with my dad, so that was a cool experience to be able to be there with him. And he was pretty happy for me as well.
Was it relief, excitement, a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I felt like I deserved to go, so I would have been pretty upset if I didn't, but it turned into excitement pretty quickly.
Was it based?
Just happy to get out there.
Was it based? Sorry, Gabe. Was it based also on you winning in the fall? Did that help to get this bid?
Yeah. So it takes in like the whole year,
okay.
And then there's like a ranking system that they just came out with this year that ranks you based on like average points you get per event. And so that's new this year. So that was interesting to see how that would all play out.
This year, we talked about the MIAC Championship, 6 top 5 finishes, 5 rounds in the 60s. You shot 66 to open up the year at Augie. This might be the dumb question or Captain Obvious question. Is this the best year of golf you've ever played?
Yeah. Yeah, by a long shot, probably.
Why the turn? Why the success this year? What happened that you just blew up this year?
I don't really know. I think I obviously put in a lot of work over the winter after my freshman year. And especially towards the end of my freshman year, I felt like I'd play better. Like in the spring, I had a pretty good tournament in the spring to end the year. And then throughout the summer, I played pretty good and played in some big tournaments. So that really helped.
I know in golf, it is such it can just go away like that. How have you bottled this up to play so consistently well over this entire time span?
I'm not sure. I think if I have a bad round, I try to forget it. Because when you're playing good, it feels like you're never going to play bad. And then you play bad, it feels like you're never going to play good. But have a bad round, just kind of forget it, go out with my buddies, just have some fun, and then hope it comes back.
I've never had the I'm going to play good forever feeling. Can you tell us what that feeling is like?
I don't know. I don't know if I've had it either, but I felt like I could play good for 9 holes. Just not getting a bad shot, but no, it's pretty awesome.
When you have this kind of role going, I mean, tell me the confidence you have stepping to the first tee. Like, okay, I know I'm going to stripe it. I know I'm going to put it right in the fairway.
It's pretty cool. I think your mindset has to be a little different. Especially like my senior year of high school, I had to kind of change my mindset a little bit and be like, I'm one of the better players at the tournament. I'm trying to win the tournament, not just go out there and like kind of compete for a top 10. So you kind of have to think about it differently.
To have this kind, you're just a sophomore. Is this even like you probably maybe had goals, and I'm going to ask you about it. Maybe for your senior year to do this, is this even way ahead of your own timetable? What you've done so far?
I don't really set a lot of goals like that. I don't like to think about that because golf is such a, like, for example, the last tournament, I shot 67 to finish, and the person who won made an albatross on his third to last hole to win.
Jeez.
So you really can only go about your process and hope that that takes you as far as it does. Because someone could go out there and shoot 62, and then what are you going to do? You can't be upset at yourself. So
were you playing with that guy? Would that happen?
No, I wasn't. I finished a little bit before him, so I saw it on the live scoring go in as a 2, and I was like, that had to be a mistake, right? It was not.
Have you ever done that? You ever scored an albatross? Have you ever done that?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
How about hole?
No hole in one either.
No,
it's a sore
really.
subject.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
How close have you come?
No. I've come pretty close a few times, but just haven't got it done yet.
How about the other way? How many 8s? Too many to remember?
Yeah.
Tell us about Las Vegas and the course you're playing. What do you know about it and the excitement of this opportunity I'll lay it in front of you?
So I'm leaving on Saturday, and then it's at 2 different courses. So It's at the Legacy and then Boulder Creek. So I'll play a practice round on Sunday, Monday, and then hopefully the tournament's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 4 rounds, and there's a 2-day cup.
Okay, so do you know what is it top whatever? Do you know what you got to be in?
So it's kind of weird because I'm an individual. So It's the top 20 teams make the cut, and then the next 6 best individual scores.
So
it's a little confusing.
I'm checking on our Storm Tracker app here. Next week in Vegas is 96, 96, 97, 97.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? Do you do well in the heat? Now, how do you prepare for that?
I think you just got to hope it goes well. It's a dry heat, so it shouldn't be too bad. And it gets pretty hot in Fargo, but we have not had the warmest spring, so it'll be a big change.
Is that, when you're playing in that, golf is so mental anyway. You just block that out. You're not worried about conditions. I just got to worry about the course, right?
Yeah, it affects kind of how far, like when it's really hot, the ball flies a little farther.
Yep.
So you have to think about that a little bit. But I mean, everyone's playing in it. There's really not a lot you can do about it, so it doesn't make sense to
for the
think about it.
For the players you're facing against. You know many of these guys, or are these guys going to be brand new from what you see out there next week?
I think we played a tournament in Illinois that had 3 or 4 teams that won their conference, and then St. John's and Bethel both are there too. So I'll know some people, but a lot will be new.
Just what's the excitement level for this? Where are you at? Are you nervous, excited when you step up to hear your name called on the first tee? What do you think the emotion is going to be like on Tuesday?
No, it's going to be really awesome. I think it all comes really quickly. Just found out on Monday, and we're going to tee off 8 days later. But I'm really looking forward to going out there and just play against all the best players in our division.
I'd like to think that that's maybe the coolest course you've played, but you've one-upped that because earlier this spring, you got to go play at St. Andrews at the home of golf in Scotland with your team. Tell us about that trip and what made that such a neat deal.
That was really awesome. We had, I think, 9 players from our team go with to St. Andrews, and we were in Scotland for 6 days, and then we all got on the old course, which was really cool. 2 or 3 of them had to wait in line, but other than that, we all got on, and then the weather was also really good. It was like low 50s, high 40s in March there, and it wasn't that windy. So that was really fun.
So we got some photos of this. Tell me about like being out there on the old course, just what that experience was. I'm a golf nerd. I would kill for this. What was that like to be walking across there?
No, it was really cool. Just seeing like you're walking on the same place as so many other golfers have walked and so many other of like the best players in the world. And then you get to 17 and 18 and the putt like Cam Smith hit around the bunker on 17. We had kind of a wait on 18T, so we hit that for a little bit. It was just really cool to be somewhere where so many like legends won.
Did anybody hit one by the hotel or into the hotel at the 17th tee? Anybody do that?
I don't think anyone in our group hit the hotel, which was good. I think we had a few hit over, but no one in the hotel.
How about the road hole bunker? Did you go in that on purpose or no?
No, I couldn't do that. No, couldn't do that.
When we saw that last shot of just the 18th tee, and you see the whole city there, the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. I mean, that had to take your breath away.
Yeah, it's really awesome, and the whole city is all just golf. Like, there's nothing else going on there besides golf. And it's just really awesome.
Okay, so Scotland wind, Fargo wind. Is there a comparison?
I don't think we got a super windy day in Scotland, but we've had some windier days in Fargo this spring. But yeah, the wind off the ocean's pretty strong.
Well, I was gonna say, did you golf this past weekend in town? Because it was pretty ridiculous this past weekend.
That's what I heard. I was in Sioux Falls, but it was pretty windy there too. It's been a windy spring.
To have this kind of success, being a local kid, how much pride do you have in that? We talked about this when you won the MIAC championship. Just have the success from Fargo Davies and now translate over to college. Tell me about that, about how proud you are of what you've done so far.
Yeah, I think it's just really cool. I think the best part is I have a lot of former Cobbers coming up to me.
Yeah.
Just around town when I play or when I'm practicing and stuff, and just saying how cool it is that they've been watching and like seeing the scores and stuff. I think it's just really awesome to know that people are following you.
I know this question I have to ask anyway. Do you have in your mind, like, I got to shoot this number if I'm going to make the cut, if I'm going to be here, I got to, do you have that yet? Or is it not till you see the course?
Not really. I try not to have that just because there are a lot of variables that could go on. And you really can't control what the number is. You can just only control like what you decide to go do and like the process you go through to hit each shot. So
my last question for you, bud, and I appreciate the time. So after this weekend, you put the clubs away, you take some time off, or no, it's go time and you got a busy calendar in front of you?
I have a pretty busy calendar. I think the weekend after I get back, I have Minnesota Am qualifying. Okay. But it doesn't really slow down here in May, I'm afraid.
Pine to Palm, Birchmont, are the big ones ahead in the summer. Are you planning on playing those?
Yeah, I'll play in the Pine and then the Bobcat and the Red River Am probably. So
awesome. We can't wait. We're televising the Red River Am, so I look forward to seeing you at Morehead Country Club at the end of June. Congratulations, man. It's great to see you again. Have a great time in Vegas. Stay cool and good luck, okay?
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you again. There he goes. Gabe Benson, pride of Fargo Davies, Concordia Cobber sophomore. First Cobber ever to qualify for the NCAA Division III golf tournament that begins next week out in Las Vegas. And again, I was looking at the app here as we were on. It's 96, 96, 97, 97. And by the way, there's no clouds. It's going to be a warm endeavor for them. But congratulations there. Again, hosted by UNLV, the team and individual champions will be determined after 72 holes of play or the conclusion of the last fully completed round. 43 teams and 6 individuals not on one of those teams were selected to participate in the championships. That's how exclusive a field it is. So there's 43 teams, right? And then if you're not on one of those teams, there's 6 spots. And Gabe got one of those. Congratulations to him. Fantastic year. And we'll be following that next week of how things go out in Vegas. We're due for a break. We come back. The owner of the new hockey team in Utah has submitted some names to pick. We're going to go through them because you can vote. You can do it right now to vote on what the name of the new NHL franchise in Utah should be. We'll discuss that and more. Hot Mike returns. We're back right after this.